My grandfather's brother's house was right next to ours. Since childhood, I had been watching my grandfather's brother's son, my Uncle Michael, behaving like some strange kind of madman. He talks to himself, as if conversing with someone. Into the room where he stays, sometimes in the deep of night, he screams and cries out. He says, "I made a mistake. Forgive me. Don't kill me." I asked my father and mother many times, "Why does Uncle Michael do this?" They don't want to tell me anything about it. One day in the afternoon, I was leaving the house. Right then, I saw my my grandfather's brother's wife, my mad uncle's mother, sitting together with a few women from neighboring houses, talking. Right then, I heard my grandmother saying something about that uncle. I moved closer and sat near my grandmother. Grandmother began telling the story behind Uncle Michael's madness. Grandmother began saying, "This is an incident from about 25 years ago. My uncle's age was then around 20 or 21. Right next to our house was a large marshland. To give water to the rice fields, my grandfather's brother installed a shallow motor there. With the shallow motor, he gave water to his own land, as well as others' lands. Because of giving water to others' lands, they would give their grandfather some rice after the harvest was finished. Grandfather and my Uncle Michael worked together, giving water to the land with the shallow motor. One year there was apparently a terrible drought. All the crops in the marshland began dying from a lack of water. That's when water had to be given frequently to the crop fields. Even at night, water had to be given. In the work of giving water, the grandfather and uncle stayed together. Next to our house, in that marshland, in the middle of the marshland, was a large government pond. There were very large fish there. Catching fish was forbidden. One day, grandfather suddenly became ill in the evening after working all day, giving water to the fields. So Uncle Michael was forced to go to the marshland alone to give water to the crop fields. He was about to leave the house. Right then, Uncle Michael thought, "Let me take the fishing spear. There are big fish in the pond. In the darkness of night, no one will see. During drought, catching fish in the pond is forbidden. During the rainy season, when the marshland and pond water merge, the pond fish come out and spread through the marshland. Then there's only permission to kill fish. So during drought, the pond water would go down a little from the pond's edge, and then some fish would float near the pond's edge in the water, showing their bodies." About that pond, people used to talk about many kinds of supernatural incidents before. Uncle Michael was very brave. That's why he showed courage to catch fish in the pond alone at night. Then Uncle Michael took the spear from home and left the house. Uncle reached the marshland around 8 at night. Upon reaching the marshland, he started the shallow motor. He began giving water to the crop fields, and Uncle Michael thought to himself, "Let the night get a little deeper. I'll move toward the pond with the spear. If the night doesn't get deep, people will see." Around 11 p.m., Uncle Michael went to the pond's edge and sat with the spear. Upon reaching the pond's edge, at the very edge of the pond, he saw a black jackal staring at him with eyes like fire. Uncle thought, "At night, jackals' eyes will glow like this anyway. It's natural." The jackals, seeing Uncle Michael, kept staring at him in one way. Uncle had a torch in his hand. Uncle started catching fish with the torchlight and the spear. He was getting snakehead fish, walking catfish, and other fish. Uncle looked carefully at the pond's edge and saw the jackals staring at him with glowing, fiery eyes. He was catching fish. Right in the water, he suddenly saw a catfish floating upside down. Generally, when a catfish has eggs in their belly, they float upside down like this. Uncle saw that the white part under the catfish's belly was spreading a bright light. Seeing that bright light, Uncle's greed increased even more. Then Uncle struck the fish with the spear from on top of the bank. In the torchlight, Uncle saw the spear hit the fish's body. Uncle slowly began lifting the spear. A little distance away, the fish was again floating in the same way. But this time, the place where the fish was floating, if he struck there, he would have to go down into the water. Uncle went down waist deep in the water to catch the fish. He struck the fish again, but this time too he saw the fish floating again, a little distance away from Uncle. This went on for a long time. Into the final stage, Uncle was truly able to strike the fish. After striking the fish made a sound, and all around began a tremendous storm-like wind. Terrible jackals howling, and another invisible force came and began dragging Uncle down into the pond water. Suddenly, the invisible force let Uncle go. Uncle's condition was bad. Uncle came up from the pond water and saw the black jackals were still staring at him. Uncle started running straight toward home. The forms began coming after Uncle. There were quite a few forms there as well. Uncle ran from the marshland and came up to the house and fell and began screaming and calling for my grandmother. My grandmother, hearing the screaming along with everyone in the house, came out of the house. Uncle's whole body was wet, breathing heavily. Grandmother ran and said to Uncle, "What happened to you?" Uncle told the whole incident openly. My grandfather started cursing Uncle Michael. Uncle was bathed and carried inside the house. Uncle lay in bed and began thinking, what kind of incident happened to him today? Thinking about these things, his brain became tired, and at one point, he disappeared into the realm of sleep. After that, in the morning, waking from sleep, he began behaving strangely. He kept saying, "Give me fish, I'll eat raw fish." He also kept saying, "I'll catch and eat fish in the marshland pond." Uncle Michael began exhibiting all kinds of strange behaviors. Uncle had to be tied up. He had to be taken to a spiritual healer's house in the neighboring village. The healer was told all the night's events openly. After hearing everything, the healer sat in his ritual position and, with great difficulty, was able to summon that invisible force into Uncle's body. Uncle began speaking in a terrifying voice to the healer. "Hey healer, don't stick your nose in this. Otherwise, I'll destroy your entire bloodline." The healer became frightened, hearing all these words. Then the healer began saying, "What harm has this boy done to you?" In a terrifying voice, Uncle again began saying those words, that he caught the fish that was floating in the pond, and on the other side this demon was apparently in jackal form. But with the spear, he struck his fish, meaning struck his child, and in no way will he forgive this crime. He also informed that he won't forgive the healer either. The healer didn't get flustered at this. He said that when he came to work in this line, he came to work keeping all these things in mind. The healer performed his ritual and sealed Uncle's body. Along with that, he also sealed the house, and giving 3 amulets to his grandfather's hand, he said to put the 3 amulets around his neck and to call if anything happens. Saying this, the healer went home, but the fear still hadn't left Uncle's mind. Uncle alone sat here and there, by some pond's edge, under some tree, thinking about something. That same night, everyone had gone to sleep in their own way. Suddenly, Uncle screamed and began saying, "Forgive me, don't kill me, I've made a mistake." And along with this, from the room where Uncle stayed, terrible sounds were heard. It seemed like there were 5 more people inside the room. My grandmother, grandfather, and other people from the house broke down Uncle's room door and entered. Upon entering, they saw large claw marks all over Uncle's body. Then the healer was called again. The healer came at night from the neighboring village. The healer came and heard everything, again sat in ritual position, and summoned that invisible force into Uncle's body. But the healer, despite trying a lot, couldn't do anything. In our neighboring village, there was another healer, a master. Then the healer said, "I can't do this work. Let me call the master." That same night, Master Samuel, the most powerful spiritual healer, was called. Master Samuel, the spiritual healer, came and appeared. Upon coming, he sat in position and began talking with those invisible forces. Master Samuel became so frightened that even though his disciple was the junior healer, he began cursing him. He kept saying, "You didn't do right getting involved in this, and you've called me too. Whoever helps this family will die." Saying this, the healer wanted to leave everything and go. My grandmother went and began crying. She grabbed his feet. Master Samuel, the healer, kept saying, "No one can save your son. You don't understand. Who has your son struck? This is a group of powerful demons. Many of them stay together. They come to eat fish at that pond's edge. I've encountered them before." The healer began saying, "Once I had gone to do healing work in a village by the marshland. After finishing the healing work, it became night while returning home. I was thinking, I'll return home quickly, straight through the marshland. So I began walking through the marshland. To go home, I had to pass by that pond's edge. And when I was passing by the pond's edge, I saw several black jackals whose mouths were dripping saliva, and with glowing eyes, they were staring at me. Within moments, they took the form of large figures. What a terrible form they had. Those figures began advancing toward me. I knew many things. I began reciting those, and with all my body's strength, I began running toward home. The figures were coming after me. Whenever I went to any village to do healing work, I would seal my house with many powerful rituals. I ran and entered inside my house, and the figures couldn't enter inside the house anymore. I saw them disappear into the air. This was a group of terrible demons. Saying this, the healer said to the grandmother, "Let me go. I can't do it. Why me? Even if my master's master came, he couldn't do it either." Still, at their pleading, the healer kept saying, "Let me see what can be done." Then the healer sat in position, summoned the demons again. The healer asked, "In exchange for what will they leave him?" The demons kept saying, "All of your lives." Actually, those demons were very disobedient and vicious by nature. There was no way to make them agree. Master Samuel, the healer, was never truly alone. Two benevolent spirits walked beside him, guarding him from the shadows. But that night, something was different. His spirit companions reached out to the allied demons for guidance, and what they discovered sent a chill through the air. The entities lurking near the edge of that pond were far stronger, far more ancient than anyone had imagined. Engaging with them would be a deadly mistake. Still, Master Samuel, the healer, performed many rituals and, somehow at one point, drove the demons away from Uncle's body. The demons were driven away, true, but they threatened Master Samuel, the healer. Master Samuel, the healer, gave Uncle several amulets and said never to go to the pond's edge and not to leave the house for 2 months. The healer sealed the house. Saying this, he took his offering and left. After that, things were going fairly well. But one night, Master Samuel, the healer, went to the toilet. Generally, village toilets are a little distance away. Master Samuel, the healer, got up at night and went there, and he saw a strange thing. The bamboo grove next to the house was lying flat on the ground. Master Samuel, the healer, already knew about such things. After seeing the bamboo grove lying on the ground, Master Samuel, the healer's body became heavy. Immediately, Master Samuel, the healer, ran and entered inside the house. He woke his wife from sleep. Then the house's fence was made of woven bamboo. Then he made a small gap with his hand in the woven bamboo fence. Looking toward the bamboo grove, his body, hands and feet all became cold. He saw the jackals wandering around beside the bamboo grove. Their eyes were burning like flames of fire. Master Samuel, the healer, went to sleep that day reciting prayers. The next day was our village's market day, In the evening, Master Samuel the healer was coming toward home after buying a large pangasius fish from the market. Next to his house was a gypsy's thicket and several bamboo groves. Master Samuel, the healer, was bringing the fish in his hand. Suddenly, the fish felt lighter. Looking at his hand, he saw several black, terrible, strange creatures had eaten the fish in his hand. Only the fish's head was left attached to his hand. Master Samuel, seeing this, ran home. His wife and daughter-in-law ran to him and heard the whole incident from him. Before they finished hearing the incident, Master Samuel the healer departed from this world's attachment. A wave of crying fell upon the house. Master Samuel, the healer's body was buried with funeral prayers that very night and laid in the grave. The next day, my Uncle Michael was sitting in the harsh afternoon by a pond next to our house. Suddenly, an invisible force threw Uncle from on top of the pond's edge into the pond. It began drowning him in the water. Since the pond was right next to the house, my grandfather was at home then. Hearing the sound of destruction from inside the house, the grandfather went beside the pond and saw Uncle struggling in the water. Grandfather jumped into the water in one leap and caught Uncle. Later, Uncle was brought home. According to the grandfather's account, after jumping into the pond, he too had felt the touch of something invisible. From then on, Uncle's madness started. This incident is 25 years old. Our grandmother has been crying for her son for 25 years. Anyway, this was the incident. If something strange has ever happened to you, feel free to share it with us. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we tell. Stay with us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share this video. And keep waiting for our next real horror story. For today, we're signing off. Bye and take care.